everyone, it's Tammy with Frou-frou Studio. I hope everyone is doing well today. We are going to do our weekly Nothing But Neutrals challenge. And today's base is a playing card. And you can use any kind of playing card that you would like. Big ones, small ones, miniature, whatever you like. If you don't have any playing cards, a normal size playing card is about 2¼ by 3½. You could just simply cut a piece of cardstock and round the corners and use that as your base. That'd work just fine. So, I am going to actually use a jumbo playing card, and I'm also going to use a couple of regular playing cards. Now, these particular playing cards are from a vintage game of Scat, I believe is how it's pronounced. That I got at a German flea market, and you can see they already have like a really nice aged color on them, and they do have their paper. They're not coated, so I'm not worried about anything not sticking to it. And you can see the difference in color between the white and how these have aged. So, and you'll notice too that I picked all black cards because we're doing nothing but neutrals, and so I can't use the red cards. I also will cover the back of this where it's blue. I'm not going to worry about covering the back of this because I'm going to glue it down in my book and it won't show anyway. So, that is the plan. And the first thing I am going to do with the bigger card is I'm going to take these tea bags and I'm going to put the tea bags over the card. One, to take care of the glossy and make it a little easier to work on, and two, to kind of push the card into the background, which is what I want to do in this particular case. So, like I said, these are just tea bags that, you know, have tea on them, tea stain, obviously, and so I'm going to use a couple of those, and that is going to be my first process. I don't really like where that fold was, so I'm going to tear that part off. And if I have to piece this together, which of course I'm going to have to, that's fine too. I think I'm going to turn it this way because my bottom part is going to be a pocket. So maybe if I turn it this way, the seam won't be as noticeable once I put the pocket on there. So we'll turn it like this. So I hope everyone is, and I think I'm going to rough that up a little bit too, having a good day. I am having a good day. I've been working on some projects this morning, trying to get those journals done so I can get back on my regular video schedule. But I really want to get those knocked out, and I appreciate you guys being patient with me while I do that. You know how it is when you go on vacation or you have something else that breaks up your regular schedule. It kind of takes you a while to get back in the swing of things. Oh, I did get my other book in the mail, but I left it downstairs. I'll have to show you that in the next video. My Victorian cabinet card album that I had to mail to myself because it was too heavy to put in my suitcase. Alright, so I just did a little rough up with the sanding disc there so that I feel better about the glue that came out of my book somewhere, adhering to the tea bags. And I am just going to put these on with glue stick because I think I am going to sew around the card once I get everything on there. And I'm just going to put glue stick all over the front. Like I said, I'm not going to worry about the back because it's going to be glued down. So I'm going to put the first one here. Give that a really good smoosh. And then I'm going to put one here. I think I'm going to overlap it just a little bit. Just, it'll make me feel better that I'm not leaving a gap. And then I'm not going to worry about this little part. Oh, yeah, I am too, because my pocket is going to be see-through. So I will have to cover just that little bit down at the bottom. Okay, and let me get my little squishy thing. I just had it. I just had my little squishy thing. What did I do with it? Don't you hate that? You use something and you don't put it back, and then I'm sure it's right in front of me somewhere. So I literally just used it. I don't even have that much stuff on my desk. How could I possibly have lost it? Oh, I did put it back. That was the issue. So I put it back. Okay. So now I'm going to cut around this. You could also sand this off if you wanted to with either a sanding disc or nail file or something like that, if you preferred to do that rather than cut it. Get that off my scissors. And I will, of course, save all those little scrappy bits for future use. Okay, so there is the card covered with the tea bags. All right, now I'm going to take a piece of my little airmail paper, and I'm going to make a pocket. And what I'll do is I'll put the pocket over the seam, and I'm going to wrap it around so that I have more room in my pocket rather than gluing it to the front. See if I can get this somewhat straight. Like that. And then I'm going to leave a little bit at the bottom too and fold it up. I think I may end up cutting it and rounding the edges. Depending on how this looks. Okay, and then I can cut that off. I don't need that. I sound like I swallowed a frog today, don't I? Summer has been giving my sinuses and all that stuff quite a workout this year. Where I live, we have something in bloom 11 months out of the year. So it's not a great area to live in if you have allergies. And I normally don't have them near as bad as my husband. He's pretty much a daily clear and taker in the summer, and spring, summer, and early fall. Especially spring and early fall. I normally don't have much trouble, but I have had my share this year. Okay, so I think that's how I want to do it right there. Okay, so I'm going to glue that down, and then I'm going to pause you and go sew around it, and then I'll come back and we'll finish decorating it. Oops. So I think I told you well on the last video that we came home and had to replace our our washing machine. Well, now we are having to get a new cooktop because one of the burners has quit working. It won't cut off at all. So we have had to take the knob off and manually adjust it until we could get it to a place where it's off. So I guess what has happened is the knob has gotten out of whack somewhere, so where it says off is not off, if that makes any sense whatsoever. Alright, so there is the card with the pocket, And I'm going to pause you and go sew around that, and then we will decorate this front with something. I'm probably just going to do some stamps because these are going to go down in there, and I wanted it to be so that you could still see the cards through it. So that's what it's going to look like. And we're going to decorate the front and the backs of these. So let me quickly go and stitch this. Hopefully quickly. I've not done any sewing since I got back, and that could end up being a disaster. So let me put you on pause, and I'll be back momentarily. Okay, I'm back, and I just went around twice and did some just messy stitching. So we've got a good pocket here now. So I'm gonna do the cards first, I think, and then decide what I want to do as far as decorating the front of this. So I am going to ink around these. They should take ink fairly well because they are the paper cards. Okay, and then I have, this is actually a washi tape, and I've put some just random cardstock on the back of it so that I could manipulate it around a little bit on my piece. This is the washi. So I have no idea whose washi that is. I'm just inking it up because it's very white. Okay. And then I have two photos. These are Sweet Pea Curiosities. I'm going to ink those up and wrap those up as well. Tear this corner off. It already is printed to look like it has a torn off little chunk there, so I'm just gonna take it off. And same with this one. Okay, and then I think I'm going to put a little bit of music on here. I don't want to cover everything up because I want you to be able to tell it's a card. And then, do I want to stamp? I think I'm going to stamp something on those, on the washi. Actually, do I want to do that? No, I think what I'm going to do is take some of this German writing and put it in there. Okay, so let's ink that. This is from my German autograph book. So how's everyone's weather? It's cooled off this week. It's much more bearable here. We had some storms actually last night. And I think we have a chance for storms every day for this whole week. So we're getting some rain, which is good. Okay, I'm gonna put this down with our glitter glue because it's thicker. Okay. Now I need to decide what I want to do for a topper. I think what I'm going to do is make it look more like a tag. And then on the back, I have this paper that's was in a, I think it was a French to English dictionary, conversation book, whatever you want to call it. And it has notes, these note papers in there, and I thought that was really cool. And it has a great patina on it, so I'm going to put that on the back of these to cover up that blue. And I think what I might do is actually put a grommet in these, like right here, just for another little piece of something interesting. So let me get my crocodile. And I'm going to do I think I'm going to do a little one. Just right there in the corner of the photo. I'm trying to reach a little one, a little grommet. Gold is the winner. I'll go in the hole. Quit being difficult. And I know that's going to put a grommet right in the middle of the back of my card, but that's okay. You can write around it. Yeah, that just adds a little something. I don't think I got that smushed good enough. There we go. That's better. All right, so now let's do the other one. Same type of thing. We'll put some more German text in this. Let's see. Turned about right there. And let's move it up a little. You can see my measuring that I'm doing here. I'm just trying to get a general size that will fit in that piece. All right. Ink around that. So, are you guys going to be watching the Olympics when they start? Are you Olympic viewers, or do you not care? I like Summer Olympics okay, but I much prefer Winter Olympics. And I don't really know why, because I hate the cold weather. But I just feel like that there are more exciting things, I guess, maybe, in the Winter Olympics, like the bobsledding and things like that, than there are in the Summer Olympics. I'm not really much into track. At all. In swimming, I mean, it's okay. The diving's kind of interesting, but, yeah, I much prefer, of course, I like the gymnastics. Who doesn't? But it just, to me, the more exciting things are in the winter. Like the ski jumping and all that kind of thing. But I'll be watching to support, of course. At least it should be better than last time where, you know, when they're competing, of course, France is still way ahead of us time-wise, but at least it won't be as bad as the last Olympics. And it'll be beautiful to watch. I mean, you know, just because they're going to be in Paris. And I think they've really made strides to clean it up and get it ready. And hopefully they're going to shut down a lot of roads because they can't drive over there. I don't care what they say. They cannot drive. Or they just don't care how they drive, I guess is a better. That's how I broke my wrist when we were there, is crossing the road and trying to watch that I don't get run over by a car, even though, you know, I've got the walk sign and I'm in a crosswalk because they don't care. And I was trying to watch both ways and make sure I wasn't going to get run over, and I tripped over the curb and broke my wrist because I was worried about getting run over by a car. Alright, so there are my two little cards that are going to go down in here. And I thought about when I was sewing it, I was like, well, you dummy, you went to all the trouble of wrapping that around and then you sewed it. But I tried to keep it really close to the edge so it wouldn't take up too much room in my pocket. And you can see that there's still plenty. So the only thing I think I want to do is put something like kind of down here in this area so that you can still see through it and see the two little cards in there. And do I want to make these look more like tags? Do I want to poke a hole in the top of them? I think I will. So let's poke a hole and then put some kind of topper on them, like a tag. Maybe. Ugh. I didn't want to do that. It did it, but it wasn't. Oh my goodness. It wasn't happy about it. I probably could have done it with a crocodile much easier. Alright, so let's put a couple of reinforcers on there. They don't need them, of course. I'm going to put them on there for looks. I'm cooking a roast low and slow for dinner, and I'm starting to smell it, and it's about to starve me to death. Alright, and let's just do some twine, I think. Nothing fancy. Okay, so those are cute. So now what do we want to do here? I almost feel like I need something in that corner, but I don't know that I have the corner stamp that big. Do I? Do I? Do I? Oh, you know, it'd be cute to put like art right there or something. Is it gonna show? Yeah, it would show. And then we could do like a partial, maybe like a floral. Okay, let me grab a couple of stamps. Not gonna play any background music. Okay, I have an R and a T. So let's see how big these are compared to the A. Just gonna stamp it on my little glue piece here. Yeah, I think that'll be cute. Okay, so we're gonna just stamp this on here, and if it's wonky, then more the better. There we go. That's kind of cute, huh? Alright, so now I need a floral stamp or something to put here. Let me see what I got over here. I have these. I don't know about that. Let me see what else I can find. got a scripty, but I've already used quite a bit of script. We don't want to do any more script. I'm trying to find things that I have within a reaching distance. These are all print. Okay, we're striking out here. Oh, I guess I could probably do something that's gonna go with the page I'm putting it on. This is where I'm putting it. It's right here on this German page. So maybe a floral would work. Let's see what I can find in that category within reach. Oh, I could do one of these. I really like these flowers. Yeah, let's do this one. Okay. This is Tim Holtz. And it is called Flower Jar, CMS 297. Do I want that one or do I want that one? No, I think I want the one I have. Okay. I'm going to do it in black, since we've done everything else in black. And I'm just going to do them over on this side. Alright, let's see what that looks like. Yeah, that's pretty cute. Alright, so let me ink around the whole thing. I wish I'd have inked that before I put it on there. But we'll see if we can't get it inked here. I feel like I still need something there. I want it to stay see-through though. I guess it's okay. I could put something along the bottom, maybe. Like right here. see what it looks like on here. Or maybe something underneath there. Oh, I could put this date. Yeah, let's do that. Ink it up. Put some glue on it. And then maybe I'll put that there and it won't show so much of the white of the page. So we'll glue this down now. And we'll be done. My art glitter glue does not want to come out in a hurry. I think it's partly clogged. So do you guys fix pot roast? It's definitely a southern thing, low and slow. Just kind of dump everything in a pot and put it in the oven and cook it forever. So good. Alrighty, so there we go. There's our little 2 tags and a pocket using plain cards. And I like how that came out. I think that ended up coming out really cute. So next week it is, the base is a guest check. And again, if you don't have guest checks, I know there are some free images on, if you do a Google search for guest checks, there are some free images on there. Or you can just, you know, cut something out the size of a guest check and use that. I am not going to send the crafting police after you if you don't have an actual guest check. The one thing that's going to be kind of difficult is the fact that most guest checks are not neutrals. They're usually pinks or greens or blues or whatever, and this dummy did not think of that when they picked guest check as one of the backgrounds to be used. So use what you have. I am perfectly fine with whatever color your guest check is. Just use your neutrals for your decoration, because you're going to, most likely, if you're like me anyway, you're going to cover up most of the guest check anyway. So you're still going to get the use of, using neutrals in your make, even though your base may not be totally neutral. So feel free to do that. I am fine with it. Thank you guys for joining me. If you're new, welcome, and I hope you enjoy today's video and all future videos. And if you guys have been with me for a while, I appreciate it very much, your continued support, and I hope that you're finding some new things and new ways to do things that maybe you haven't thought of, and or you may have some ideas for me that you guys do. I would love to hear some, how you do something. I'm always searching for new kinds of makes and new ways to make ephemera, and I would love to hear from you guys. So I will be doing a I saw it on Pinterest video. I plan on filming it either later today or tomorrow, videoing it, whatever you call it these days. Other than that, I'm not sure this week, but then next week, hopefully I'll be back on schedule if I can get those journals completed and out of the way. So again, thanks for joining me, and I will see you later this week. Bye.